All right, guys. Brendan Paul is taking a stand. So that's what we're going to read today. Yes, all right, so Brendan Paul is taking a stand right now. And I'm going to give it a little time so we can get a bunch of updates read at the same time. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of want to do a bunch at the same time, so we could do it like that. Let's see, do I got everything? But yes, guys, Brendan, it says here, let's see, hold on, let me make sure my settings is, okay. Yeah, they're saying Brendan Paul is taking a stand. It says Combs Agnifilo. Mr. Combs waives his right to be present for the immunity application. Judge, let's proceed then. Brendan Paul takes the stand. So he waived his right to be present for the immunity application of Brendan Paul. So, Judge, let's proceed then. Brendan Paul takes the stand. U.S. Attorney, did you receive a subpoena? Paul said yes. U.S. Attorney, did you intend to invoke your Fifth Amendment rights? Paul said yes. So he's intending to invoke his Fifth Amendment rights. So, U.S. Attorney, we propose the immunity order. Judge, I will enter it. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Combs is brought in by the U.S. Marshals. Combs Agnifilo, we are ready to proceed. Judge, let's have Agent Penland back. All right, so no, we're not going with Paul yet. He just came in to do that real quick. So they got Agent Penland back. So Agent Delisa Penland retakes the stand. So that means Paul is coming later. It says, all rise, jury enter. U.S. Attorney, good morning. Let's get back to the London Hotel. Who stayed there this day? Agent Penland said Sean Combs, Cassie Ventura, and Jules Theodore. U.S. Attorney, what are these Amex charges? Agent, Virgin America plane ticket for Jules Theodore. So you see, now they're getting into, they flew him out. So that's pretty big. They're getting into that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let that, you know, wait till we get some more updates. So that's the first update. So they're talking about Jules already. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Top of the morning. All right, let's see if we got an update. Let's see. It's been a minute now. No updates yet. So we're going to give it a little minute. How's everybody doing? What's going on, G? What's going on, Amisha? What's going on, Dana? Cashmere, what's going on? Allie, how you doing? Max, how you doing? Carlton, how you doing? We're just waiting on an update right now from the courtroom. And also, the alleged drug mule, Brendan Paul, has already exercised his Fifth Amendment right. So they're getting some type of, he's going to have a deal for his testimony. That's what it seemed like is going to happen here. So we're just waiting on an update. No update yet, so just wait. So the last update we had was, good morning. Let's get back to the London hotel. They're talking to the agent. They said, who stayed there this day? Agent Penland said Sean Combs, Cassie Ventura, and Jules Theodore. What are the Amex charges? Virgin America plane ticket for Jules Theodore. So the reason why they're doing that is because that's part of the Mann Act, flying people across, bringing people across state lines for the purposes of illicit sex acts. Oh, and by the way, somebody had told me something that makes sense yesterday. I wasn't even thinking about it really. They said that he already know he's going to get time. Diddy already knows this. He's already been, they just have to get through this stage first. But he's hoping that he don't get time, but he's already prepared for it. He's already prepared for it. Because he hired Alexandra Shapiro. And Alexandra Shapiro used to work in the appeals department in the second district of New York. Not only did she work there, she also was a clerk for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice. Um, so yeah, so she has a lot of clout, and she specialized in the appellate court. So I think that's the reason why he hired her, because he knows that he more than likely he'll be found guilty on something. You said, do we have breaking news? Well, I don't know. Do we got breaking news? We're waiting on the news from the courtroom. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's see if we have an update. We should have one now. No, we don't. So they must be having a sidebar or something. Somebody commented and said, I want immunity at this rate since everyone's getting it. Everybody testifying I'm getting immunity. Everybody. So just to note, Delisa Penland is a federal agent testifying as a summary witness. So she's walking the jury through the flight, hotel, and payment records, laying out the timeline that supports the RICO case. So that's what she's doing. So that's why they're going over the records. All right, let's see what we have. So we do have a update here. U.S. Attorney said, what airline is associated with this charge? Agent Penland said, America Airlines, from JFK to Los Angeles. U.S. Attorney, in what hotel? She said, the Four Seasons, for Clayton Howard, a.k.a. Dave. U.S. Attorney, let's look at C6T-108. What is this? Agent said it's a travel invoice. Bad Boy Entertainment. All right, so then again, they're tying it to Bad Boy Entertainment. Somebody commented saying, when your Rico paper trail reads like a luxury hotel brochure, you know the plot's thickening. Yeah, so again, guys, what they're doing is they're tying this together. Um, they're tying this, did he bring people across state lines? Right now, it's like that's what it looks like. So, yeah, somebody told me that he knows he's going to get more than likely found guilty on something. So he's preparing for that. That's why he got Alexandra Shapiro. But the thing is, let's see if he's successful in the appellate court and get this back to trial. Like, what's the likelihood of him being found guilty again? So I don't know. I think no matter how you look at it, he has an uphill battle. Hold on one second. Oh, actually, let me see if there's an update. Not yet. So give me 1 second. All right, let's see if we got an update here. We should have one now. Okay. So, U.S. Attorney said, "What is this?" Agent Penland said, "A flight for Jules Theodore." U.S. Attorney, "What was the payment method?" Agent said, "Sean Combs Amex is American Express, whose name is, whose name is this invoice in." Mr. Philip Pines, $500 charge for damage to drapes. you know, Diddy also go by Philip Pines, just to let you guys know if you don't know who that is. So I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit in between. So let's see. Somebody said another American Express, another receipt, flights, hotels, fake names. Yeah. Said we already heard about the testimony about the hotel room damages after the free call, so we just heard it there. It said, who name is this invoice in? Agent said, Mr. Philip Pines. $500 charge for damage to drapes. Probably because of the baby oil. Probably because of the baby oil, man. Just waiting for an update, folks. How's everybody doing? So the plot is thickening for him. They've already got the money trail. You got to follow the money trail in the organizations. That's how they get you with the money trail. Let me ask you guys a question. How come these corn companies don't get charged with a RICO? Don't they fly people in across state lines for the purposes of commercial sex acts? Commercial sex acts, don't they do that? And it could be consensual, right? So what's the difference here? Oh yeah, there is breaking news. R. Kelly was rushed to the hospital, overdose. Now my question is, you said because they film it, it's a business, okay? The filming is a production company. That's what Diddy should have started. He should have started a production company, a corn production company. That's what he should have did. Because that's what essentially he's doing. Yeah, so you said you think the government picks and chooses when they want to apply these technical laws, right? Yeah, it's a loophole. He should have followed the loophole. He should have started a corn company. That's what he should have did, adult entertainment company. Because that's essentially what he was doing. Okay, so here's another update. U.S. Attorney, what is this? Agent Penland, bookings for the Intercontinental in Times Square in the name of Frank Black. U.S. Attorney, and this charge, damage to penthouse, 46,786 paid on American Express. That monthly bill was paid by various accounts at Signature Bank. Hold up, hold up. Damage to penthouse, $46,786. $46,000 in damages. Y'all hear that? $46,000 in damages, man. Y'all make sure y'all give me a like here. That'll be greatly appreciated. Share if you can. Subscribe and all that good stuff, man. We're gonna be doing this all day. Guys, wait a minute now. $46,000 in debt. He's wasting his money. He's just wasting his money, man. All them freak offs were expensive. But I want him to explain. You said he should have helped the community somehow. Man, if you ever see the people that he employed, his right hand man, Christina Coram. I mean, if you really want to bring race into it, because that's what they're trying to do with the juror. But you can't bring race into that because he lied in his jury form. I mean, the main people around him didn't look like him. They didn't. See, this is what I'm saying here. He doesn't have enough support from the community because that's his fault that he don't have enough support. He wasn't really going hard in the community to have for it to be an outcry. There's not an outcry over this. And if he get convicted, people are just not going to be an outcry. He's kind of on his own here. And the people that are there, he do have people supporting him, from his various companies. I'm sure, people there from various companies, but a lot of people are there from the media, YouTube. People are there to make money, boost their careers and boost their channels and stuff like that. But as far he didn't, I remember he said he wanted to start his own. I'm just still waiting for an update, guys. That's why I'm talking. Um, you know, he said he wanted to start his own black political party. He said people like Trump should not be in office. And he said people like Trump is going to start a race war. Well, guess what? He's going to need that guy now. And he might not have him. He might not. Oh, and there's other major breaking news as well. This Trump's Diddy's trial. Trump warned people in Tehran, Iran, to evacuate. And he said this is a shameless loss of life. He's warning them to evacuate now. He's telling everybody to get out of Tehran right now. So what does that tell you? And then this lady was in the airport, I believe it was in Chicago or Denver somewhere. She's warning people. She said, if you attack, she said, I'm telling you, I got inside information. She said they're ready to attack us back. And she said they got a weapon that we don't even know about. So this thing is getting ready to get crazy. This thing is getting ready to get crazy. You said he did give $1 million to Jackson State. That is true. He did. I remember that. And that was before Dion got there. Yes, he did. And he was going to do it over a few years period. Yeah, and I believe he gave it to him already. The full $1 million. Yes, he did. He did give him. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, yeah, I mean, he did give $1 million to Jackson State. But I'm talking about he doesn't have that stronghold in the community like he's supposed to. There should be more people. Well, I heard there's supposed to be a protest coming. They said on the 19th. I don't believe they have court on the 19th. Somebody correct me. I don't believe they have court on the 19th, but they said it's supposed to be a protest out there. You said is WW3 about to start? I'm not sure, but he warned everybody to get out of Tehran. He said it's evacuate. He said evacuate, and he said this is a shameless loss of life. That's what he said. And when have you known him to not go on his word, yo? He goes on everything. Like if he says something, he gonna do it. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm waiting on the update still. $46,000 in damages. Damn, Mr. Philip Hines. He had a lot of money, man, to where he didn't care about the 46,000 in damages. Yeah, he did leave last night. He left early. No court on the 19th, Juneteenth. Okay, well, they said it's gonna be a what do you call it? It's gonna be a protest. If there is a protest, I'm gonna go by there. I'm gonna go by there just to capture the footage. He said they plan on having thousands of people out there. I mean, if they gonna have thousands of people, that means they're paying them. I'm telling y'all right now. And guess what? I already told y'all the website you can go to pay for protesters. I told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I can't see thousands. I can't see a regular person going down there to protest for him. Not that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't possible. I can't see a normal person doing that. Taking time off their day off or off work. Because people got to work that day. Some people have to work on Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Some people do. Maybe the government don't, but some other regular people do. They're not taking off work to go protest for him. They're just not doing it. That's why I know they're getting paid. So what I'm gonna film is you're gonna film random people down there that shouldn't be down there. Watch, I'm gonna film it, and you're gonna see that they're getting paid. You said, how do you cause 46,000 in damages though? You said, what he knocking down walls? No, the damage to the baby oil, damaging the furniture and all that stuff. They put so much baby oil on that everything was saturated. And yesterday, I heard in court that although, because they were looking at the sex videos yesterday, they said that even though they had their earphones on, people could still hear it. They could still hear it through the earphones. Ain't that crazy? How embarrassing for Cassie. They could hear it still. They could hear a lot of moaning and slapping. Okay, so U.S. Attorney said here's another update. What is this charge? Agent Penland said a hotel in Riverhead. Where is that? Long Island, New York. Is that where the Hamptons is? Agent said yes. These communications, she said, between Sean Combs and Cassandra Ventura, color coded. Yeah, they said all you could hear is slapping and moaning. Like, skin hitting together. That's what you could hear. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what everybody in the court said they was listening. They heard it. They could hear it still. Because everybody was quiet to see if they could hear it. People are crazy. And they heard it. You said I never in my life heard of such a thing. She was essentially, guys, she was an adult star, adult filmmaker. That's what she was. That's what he turned her into. You said I'm hearing the judge is pissed today due to breaches. It's not me. I'm not at the courtroom. Not me. There's a lot of breaches. All the audio is getting out. And that's not supposed to get out. That's supposed to be evidence. The audio is leaking out, man. Audio, everything, man. Everything leaking out. There's somebody close to the case that's leaking. You said you heard a second juror might get removed. Our second juror. Hold on one second. Testing, testing. Yo, hold on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You said, yeah, I think it's a juror. Yeah, they're saying that there's a juror that's possibly talking about the case outside of court. So we already know that juror about to get kicked off if that's the case. What if it's another melanated juror? Now they're gonna start crying, really crying foul. But you're not supposed to talk about the case. You're not supposed to. No, you're not late, Larry. It's just getting started. You said, "What's the bombshell?" It's just it gets your attention. That's all, Larry. It just gets your attention. But we already got a bombshell already, Larry. You missed it. He had damages totaling $46,000 in hotel fees, damages, okay, to his American Express card, Bad Boy Entertainment, $46,000 in damages. And yesterday, when they were playing the adult videos of Cassie, you could hear all you could hear is skin clapping, skin hitting together and moaning. So people heard it, man. You said the crew didn't clean up. They didn't clean. It's like you can't clean it all up because I know he had a cleanup crew, but they can't clean it all up. 46,000. You said I'd rather look at bed bugs than puff, but yeah, it's crazy, man. You said what's the crime? Well, you weren't here when I explained the Rico and explaining how they're trying to tie it in. You guys gotta. I have a yeah, well. I need to break that lie. You know what I'm gonna do? You gave me something to do today. I'm gonna chop up that live when I was breaking it down, or I might do another video today breaking down how they're tying it in. I might do that. All right. So, U.S. Attorney said, "What is this?" Agent Penland said, "A call from Combs to Ventura for about 41 seconds." Agent, let's read this. Skylar, can you come later? Penland, let's do Skylar. Then Skylar responds to Ventura, go to slide 4, please. Skylar texts Ventura, what area? So that's another entertainer. You said you got to throw that all the way, all that one. What did you say? Yeah, 46,000. What's up, YouTube Unfolded? You say even replacing furniture. Yeah, replacing furniture and stuff. They was in these high-end hotels. YouTube Unfolded, you missed it. He had a bill for hotel damages totaling $46,000. So we getting a lot of bombshell testimony this morning. $46,000, YouTube Unfolded. What's going on, man? 46. I guess that ain't nothing to him, but imagine what he can do with that 46,000. That's why I'm not feeling sorry, man. He got rich people problems. He do. He having rich people problems, man. Like for real. This is crazy. But somebody want to know. I'm waiting for an update. Just to let y'all know. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait about 5 to 10 minutes so we can get more updates at one time. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm reading from Twitter. Inner City Press, by the way. If you guys got to leave, that's where I'm reading it from. He's giving the minutes to court, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes so I can have a little bit more to read for you guys. I'm not. It was. I didn't want to go to this testimony, Larry. It wasn't needed because I've already know what this is about. They going over records, and this person is going to be on the stand for the greater part of today. And also the drug mule, Brendan Paul, but Paul going to be there today. I'm not really interested in that either. I'm ready for the defense to present their case, and I'll be back. But I'm still in the tri-state. I'm still here. I'm still here. Just in case if something break off, I can go drive to New York now. It's something really break off, like if something really go down, I just go out there. But as it stands right now, I'm on standby. I'm on standby. Officially, I'm on standby. But yeah, it ain't worth me going out there, man. And also, I have a feeling something gonna happen out there. So I really, when I go out there, I gotta mind my P's and Q's. So, but again, I want to say this. I think Diddy knows that he's gonna get found guilty on something because he hired Alexandra Shapiro. And she's really good at the appellate level. She has a really good track record. And she was a clerk for the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Okay. Her husband is also a lawyer. She's in partnership with her husband. He went to Yale. Okay. So there's a lot. They have a lot of, he has a lot of smartness around him. And also there might be, hey, look me out, I look you out, that type of stuff. I don't know what that means for him. Like if it goes to the appellate court, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to beat it. You said, wow, on the testimony. Yeah. Oh, yesterday YouTube unfolded. I forgot to tell you this. When they were playing the adult videos in court, even though the jury had their headphones on, because the jury was the only people allowed to see the videos. Even the defense wasn't allowed to see them. Only the jury. And they said you could still hear the sound coming from their headphones. They said all you heard was moaning and smacking, skin smacking together. So what that telling you is she wasn't having normal relations. She was having adult film relations. Okay. So that means that she probably was going through the motions because that's what he wanted. And the thing is, he had a corn addiction. Corn. Okay. Corn. Right. But he wanted the corn right in front of him. That's what he wanted. And he was a voyeur. He was addicted to the voyeurism. That's what it is, folks. He's addicted to it. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of rich people that do the same thing. Like right now, if I want to market my services to be an entertainer like that, I could get a lot of money. I'm just telling y'all that no matter how old I am, it don't matter if I really wanted to. Okay? Now, y'all go ahead. It's early. Get a laugh out of that. Come on, y'all give me a like for the laugh. Because I know somebody in here laughed just now. And it ain't just LOL. Y'all really just laughed just now. So provide me a light for a laugh this morning. Come on, man. Did you hear what the president said? He told people in Tehran to evacuate. Did y'all hear that? That's breaking news. So we need something to laugh at because we know what's going on around the world. Okay. You said also, did I say where did I say nasty and weird? You said also, where did I say nasty and weird was Rico? Oh, Max, LOL, you switching careers on us. They have rehab for that. Yeah, I know they have rehab for it, but that's what he has. That's to explain it. I mean, he's addicted to the voyeurism. And then he was talking, the guy that did an interview, he was saying that Diddy was talking crap and stuff. He said, oh, yeah, Cassie. He said, oh, yeah, you want that. You want that right there. He said, you picked a nice one, huh? That's what you want? And he's sitting up there like really going to town on his Peter, on his Pecker. He said that man was going to town so hard it was violent. He was violently going to town on himself. Okay, I'm just telling you how the guy explained. I'm trying to talk in code, but that's what he said. He said it was throwing him off because with the way he was doing, he said he was violently going at himself. He said all you he had a knuckle full. That's it. Oh my God, dog. Let me. Okay, Agent Penland. Then Skylar said, you remember she used to go by Skylar. Then Skylar said, I'm laying, I'm laying head down. She said, I'm laying head down. Hit me up if we are getting together. U.S. Attorney, what do these boxes show? 3 photos taken by Ventura. What day is this? March 6, 2016. Walk us through. Combs calls Ventura, no answer. Agent Penland, Ventura texts Combs, says, I'll check with security. Jules left. You're good as long as you don't bother the other guests. Then unanswered calls. U.S. Attorney, what does Combs text Ventura? Agent, he texts, call me. The cops are here. Then call connects. Agent Penland, Ventura makes a call to D-Rock. It connects. Um, Combs called Ventura, no answer. U.S. Attorney, this day was March 5th, 2016. Ventura text, you are sick to think it's okay to do what you have done. Please stay far away from me. I have a premiere. This is the hotel video. Remember the hotel video that we saw? That's what they talking about right there. Yeah, eyes. That's what the guy said. He said all he saw. And look, let me just look. I'm not trying to give you a visual now. He said Puff had a hoodie on and he had a bandana on and shades, but the hoodie was tied real tight. Okay, like weirdo status. Like it was tied like real tight to his head, but he had a bandana on as well, and he had shades on, and had nothing underneath, no undergarments on underneath, straight birthday suit, but he had a hoodie on. Okay, and he said Puff left the room, and he said that thing better get hard. That's what he said. Puff said because he was having a hard time because he's sitting there looking at Puff in the room being a weirdo, and it's hard for him to what I mean. So he finally got going, and all of a sudden he said Puff left the room, and next thing you know, he appeared out of nowhere in back of him, like talking him through it, like talking trash. You said I'm driving and took a sip and tea, then said what last? Hold up. What last said Max? Oh no, man, don't type while you driving. He said that had to be John. Yes, he said Puff was talking trash, and then he said one time his other boy had warned him about Puff. because he said his other boys stopped working for him, and he was like, "Well, why did he stop working for him?" He said because Puff one time when him and Cassie was doing it, Puff got beside the man and tapped the dude on his slapped the dude on his side, like go and keep going, keep going. He slapped the dude. You know what I'm saying? So he was right getting into it. Puff didn't mean it to be disrespectful, but he's getting into it. It's like exciting him. It's exciting him, right? And he said the dude don't like to be touched. So he said you got to be careful with Puff with that. So just let him know the rules up front. And he said he did let Cassie know, look, I don't want to be touched. You know, I don't mind him in the room or nothing like that, right? I don't mind him in the room, but I just don't want to be touched. You said I can't see a man with. Well, he said he was violently. He said it was violent. He said it was so violent he could hear. He said it was violently. He was violently doing. He had a fistful. He said it wouldn't go past his grip, if you know what I mean. He said it wouldn't go past his grip, but he said it buried in his face. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, yo! That's what the dude said, man. That's what the dude said. I didn't say that. Yeah, he said that. He said he was violently doing it. He said it was unusual. All right, so let's see if we got an update. So, U.S. Attorney, what does Mr. Combs text Ventura? Agent Penland, he texts, call me, help. Then he texts, help me. I'm about to be arrested. Then if you don't pick up, you'll never hear my voice again. U.S. Attorney, then what? Call not answered. Then Quran calls Ventura. That's just him playing. That's just him being like trying to play mind games. You'll never hear from me again. Please call me. She was giving him the silent treatment. That's what. If you go to eyes, if you go to guys, what was the content creator that interviewed that guy? What's his name? He'd be at the court every day. What's the guy's name? I'm trying to point people to that video. What's that guy's name that did the interview? I can't remember it right now. I'm bad with names. Guys, do anybody know the name of the content creator that interviewed the entertainer? Somebody in here knows. His name is you remember the content creator that was outside the court and the lady was chasing him, yelling at him? Oh my God, what's his name? Ramon? No, not Ramon. Armand Wiggins. Yeah, if you type in, yep, it's Armand Wiggins. So if you type in Armand Wiggins, right? Type in Armand Wiggins. Thank you. Now everybody's saying Armand Wiggins. If you type in Armand Wiggins, right? He interviewed the dude the other day. It's a long interview, and the dude go into detail. He talked about when he first met him, how when he said that when he was about to go there, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Cassie called him, you got to go get some baby oil. No, eyes, it's Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins did the interview. So he said he had to go get baby. He said, well, I got to go get. She said, don't come in if you ain't got no baby oil. So he said he got off at La Cienega, and he said he found a CVS, and he said he bought 3 big ass bottles of baby oil, and it had to be Johnson and Johnson baby oil. You said I shared your video when Udo on the Go was in your thumbnail. He came to your chat yesterday. I know who he is. Eyes. I see him when I'm at court. I be talking to him all the time. I be talking to Udo all the time. So what happened was he said he found 3 big bottles. He took them on Costco size bottles of baby oil. He got 3 of them because he said he wanted to make sure his guests are happy. So he bought the 3 big ass bottles of baby oil, right? So when he got there, Cassie took the bag and put it in the room. So he said Cassie came in. He said she was looking fine. He said she had on a wig and everything, and stripper heels, just looking good, right? So she sat down, they were talking. He was just telling the things that he don't like, stuff like that. He don't want to be touched because he remember what his boy said. But then she went in the room for like hours, he said. He said he woke up. He said he went to sleep. But he said he could tell they were looking at him because when they were playing music and he went to go touch the laptop and she came running out and slammed the laptop down. And the reason why she did that because it had a bad boy wallpaper. But he saw it. It was too late. So he knew it was Puff. And then finally she said, let's go in the room. And he was like, yeah, put oil on that MFer. Like he said, Puff was like just being a weirdo. He was like in the corner and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine the visuals. He's in the corner and just acting with. He said he had the hoodie on. He had a bandana on his face and shades, but he had the hoodie tied real tight, like a weirdo. Like just imagine that. You thinking like just weirdo shit, right? But he knew it was Puff at this point. He already heard rumors about it, so he said he already know what the deal is. But he said he had to be careful though, because he said his boy got slapped by Puff. Not slapped in the face, but he was like getting into it, watching them have sex, and he just slapped the dude on the butt or something on the side or something, like telling him to go harder or something. So he said he don't want that to happen, so he had to watch him. So he said Puff was sitting there talking trash. Yeah, being a cuck. He said he was talking trash, and then when they were getting into it, Puff left. He left the room. He just left. And then he said, okay, we're getting into it. Next thing you know, he said Puff showed up in back of him. He said, so he had another door to the room. And this was at Cassie house. This was at Cassie apartment. So there was another way out of her room. And he got in back of him. He still talking. He said, oh yeah, that's what you want, huh? He said, that's what you want. He said, take that shit. That's what you want, right? Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's what you want. He was sitting there talking trash, and he said that he went back to viciously choking his chicken. He said it was vicious. So that's some craziness right there. Craziness. And then um, he said he barely could finish. He barely could because Cuff was sitting there talking trash. So then, after it was all said and done, she was like, "We'd like to meet with you again." He thought he was only gonna get $1,500, right? He said, "Man, they handed him $5,000." He said he almost hit the floor. They handed him 5,000 because they enjoyed his work, and they always called him. Sometimes they'll give him 3,000 here, 4,000 here. He said he think the reason why they gave him 3,000 because that's all they had. Like that's all the cash he had on hand. But if he had more, he would have gave it to him. And he said they always treated him nice. He said they treated him nice and everything because they got used to him. And he said it was business. That was it. He said after he was finished, Pup's like, all right, yo, have a good one. He's out. Yeah, he was like the coach. And sometimes this one performer said that he will give you pep talks. You see what I'm saying? Because like you having a problem getting, he said he'll pep talk you. You know what I'm saying? To coach you. You know what he should have did? He should have started an adult film company. He wouldn't have been in this situation. Because how come they don't go after the adult film people? Don't they bring people across state lines for the purpose of commercial sex act? But see, he need to start a company. All right, so let's see what we got to update. Okay, no updates yet. I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes so we can read a lot at one time. But that's what the guy was saying, and he said that you said they go after the like Andrew Tate. I think he back in trouble again, ain't he? But actually, this is just being described. Basically, this is why people saying they don't know what's going on because it's almost like he's getting in trouble for being a cub. That's why some people don't understand this. But the way the government is applying this case, he spent legit money on the purposes of illicit sex acts to exploit people, like exploiting people through illicit sex acts for his gratification. It don't have to be money he made. It just has to be that to establish this criminal organization. Those are unlawful acts, believe it or not, in the federal level. You said, I don't think they're giving all the details. See, here's the thing. They're going to try to convict them on what they got. That's what I'm thinking, too. I think something deeper was going on. You know what I think? He could have, this alleged, he could have been selling the videos on the deep web, on the dark web. You know how much some videos cost? He could probably get the proceeds in Bitcoins. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But it's because I'm trying to make why they going after him. Only thing I can think of, which I can't prove, they're going after him because they want to get him out the way, and they're using this. So, all right, Agent Penland. Here, Ventura calls D-Rock, then Coram. The calls connect. U.S. Attorney, what was D-Rock's text? D-Rock text, tell him to get out of there before they arrest him. He's not picking up. U.S. Attorney, what does Ms. Ventura text to Combs? She said, going to bed. So even D-Rock was lying. He knew Puff wasn't getting arrested because the cops never came to the hotel. But he was just saying that to get her to call Puff back. You see how they saying it? He's using the bodyguards. He's using people he worked with, Christina Karam. That's the enterprise. That's what they're saying. I'm just telling you how they're trying to get him. This is how they're trying to get him. I'm just explaining it. I don't agree with it. I've already told you guys I don't agree with the RICO. I don't. But I'm just telling you how they're trying to get him. So we're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna wait a little bit for the next update. But I'm just explaining how they're trying to get him. That's all. Okay, that's how they're trying to get him. I know what y'all saying. Damn, he's getting in trouble for being a cuck. I know what y'all thinking. But and my friend said so. Now he's literally getting in trouble for being a freak. I mean, I'm not the government, man, but that's what it looked like they're doing. But they're saying that he had all these people working with him for these criminal activities, and the enterprise is him and his bodyguards, um, his what do you call it, Christina Coram and company, and all that right there. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. I'm just trying to tell you how they're trying to tie it. They're trying to make sense out of this. I don't agree with it. I'm just telling you that for the record. I don't. I think they overcharged them. And I told you if I was on the jury, I would have to practice jury nullification because I think they overcharged them. So, but this is what they doing, not me. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna check for an update in a second. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I know what y'all saying. Like, damn, Max, he getting in trouble for being a cuck. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. But everything tied into it. I think he would have been okay if it wasn't all that domestic stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what got him in trouble. It's the domestic stuff, I believe. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if we got an update. We should have some updates by now. All right. Well, he's a little late with his updates right now, but he's still like the best we got. Inner City Press. Okay, agent. Now what? Morgan Zikoram. Agent Penland. Kerry Morgan writes, I don't think anyone should call her. And a photo of the LAPD detective's business card. U.S. Attorney, what's next? Agent D Rock to Corum. Oh, hold up. D Rock and Corum each call Ventura. Then Corum asks, what is Eddie's last name? That's the guy from the hotel. When she talking about Eddie. Okay. Yeah, they talking about Eddie from the hotel. Fast Eddie. So, yeah, the physical hitting was too much. That's what got him in trouble. All that right there. And it didn't help that they all of them were on drugs. That didn't help at all. That's a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that going on, then everybody on drugs. It just make for a bad situation, I think. But the thing is, though, he had all this money. He didn't think nothing was going to happen to him, right? I mean, nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that something's going to happen to him. But, you know, yeah, that's what it is. Nobody really think about, is this illegal or not? He didn't have no reason to think that, because I mean, the man was on top of the world. He had a lot of connections. Nothing. He didn't think nothing like this was going to be used against him. Yeah, he didn't think nothing like this was going to be used against him, man. Yeah, like damn near a long time. I mean, it's a lot of people out there that's in the cuck lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't sitting up there abusing nobody. Now, some people do like that. That's called that dominatrix stuff. See, a lot of these rich guys, they like to do the cuck stuff, and they also like to be dominated. No, my friend used to be in business doing that, dominating people. She said there's one guy, he used to like to wear an adult pamper and act like he's a kid, crawl on the floor and everything. I mean, low key, I think she's still doing it. I don't be in her business, but people like that. They want to be humiliated. You know, it's a thing with powerful guys. It's a thing. You know, so I just think they overcharge them, man. They're using their power, man, and they bringing them down. I don't particularly agree with it. I do agree that he should have been charged for all that domestic stuff, though. He should have been charged for every last. He's not innocent. If you notice, I said I'll vote not guilty by way of jury nullification, but I'm not saying he's innocent now. I'm not saying that. He's not innocent at all. He's not. And he knows that. They already submitted to it that he's not innocent. But they're saying that it's not a criminal organization. That's what they're contending. But no, he got his hands dirty here now. That domestic stuff is enough in itself. I mean, her head was busted to the point where she had to have plastic surgery. Had to go to a plastic surgeon. Nose busted. You know, the hotel video. I mean, that's enough right there to go to jail. So I'm just saying this. He's not innocent at all. But the question is he guilty of the RICO now? When I read the statutes, yeah. I told you it's international over here. That's my Haitian brethren right there. So the thing is, I see how they're tying this into a criminal organization, though I do. Because they're talking about the domestic stuff. See, that's why I say if he hadn't did the domestic stuff and just let everybody do what they had to do, he probably wouldn't be in this situation. Like if he treated everybody, okay, whenever you want to do it, you know, let's do it or whatever. Or find somebody else that's willing to do it if she didn't want to do it no more. That's what he should have done, morning. But that's why they're trying to make this criminal because of the abuse stuff. That's what they're doing. And some people think he should have been charged in state court. Now, Weinstein attorney said, oh no. He said if he had been over here at this state court, he'd have been in trouble. He said he'd been really big trouble. He said they would have gave him life off the jump. He would have got life off the jump. He looking at life. So the coercion part, right, Larry? So you're not hearing me saying he's innocent now. He not. The thing is, well, I'm gonna say, yeah, well, let's just say this because we have to be professional. He's innocent until proven guilty, right? But his hands is dirty, and he already submitted to. Actually, I could say that he already submitted to it. When Garrett Ghost had her opening statement, they submitted to all the domestic stuff. So he's not innocent on the domestic stuff. He's not. She already submitted to it. But they're saying this is not a criminal organization. That's what they're contending. But I think that he's already prepared to get convicted because he hired Alexandra Shapiro. And I've already told you her background. All you got to do is type Alexandra Shapiro Diddy, and you'll see her website. And go to her track record. She was a clerk for the late Justice Ginsburg, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Okay. Ivy League, right? She went to Columbia School of Law. Her husband went to Yale. They're a partner. Shapiro and Bach. You can look them up. When you see her, you'll see um, the practice. So they have a good track record. They've been doing this over 30 years. So I think he's prepared for the worst if he get sentenced. So he's already knowing that. Okay, because he already know where the government's going. So let's see if we got that. With that being said, let's see if we got a update. Lord have mercy. I don't know what's up with Twitter. Boy, they be showing the most on Twitter. This Twitter is trifling. I'm out here in the elements with it. All right, let's get an update. Am I the only one when you go on Twitter? It's just some trifling stuff on there. It's trifling. Okay, so here Miss Ventura calls D-Rock and then Corum. Oh no, she said going to bed. I already read that. So here's another one. U.S. Attorney, now what? Morgan to Coram. Agent Penland, Carrie Morgan writes, I don't think anyone, oh, I already read that. I don't think anyone should call her and send a photo to LAPD detective business card. So let's go to this one. Or here's another one. U.S. Attorney, what does D-Rock text to Combs? Agent Penland, Cassie good, she's eating breakfast. Then a 13-minute call to Combs and Ventura. U.S. Attorney, what does Mr. Nash write to Ventura? What time can you, hold up, what time can you today? Arturo is available from 3 to 4 p.m. Ventura said, Rock's place. Agent Penland said, then Combs called Eddie Garcia. Garcia calls back. U.S. Attorney, what does Ventura text? She texts, this was supposed to be a big day for me. Now I wish I could just stay in bed. U.S. Attorney in here. Agent calls between Combs and Eddie Garcia. Eddie Garcia was the one that works at the hotel, you know, that they paid the $100,000 to. So that's the latest. So while this is going on, Diddy is trying to get that video from the hotel. And Cassie is complaining like, damn, this is supposed to be my big day, the premiere. And I'm sitting up here lumped up. You know what I'm saying? Black eye and everything. You know, I got us sitting up here with a black eye. And, you know, this is supposed to be, you know, a very important day for me. You said maybe he should have been prosecuted at the state level. He would have most certainly had to take a plea deal then. But it's not common to be sitting up there laying your hands on somebody. And we saw him lay. We actually saw it. The world saw it. That hotel video. We saw it. So he cannot. So they already submitted to the domestic violence. So he got his hands dirty here. So the question is he guilty of the RICO? And everybody's saying they already met their burden on it yesterday. So I don't know. Yeah, he was using corporate devices, phones, etc., to do the setup for his shenanigans. He first effed up. He could have done all that ish with personal devices and probably skated on charges. You mean burner phones and stuff? He didn't use his burner phone. He's sitting up there using his phone. Yeah, this is a summary witness right now that's on the stand, Larry. This is a summary witness going on now. Brendan, the Paul guy, the what they label him the drug mule. He's going to be testifying later today. All right, so he's going to be testifying later. So I just didn't want to sit in court, listen to the summary witness. I didn't. I didn't feel the need to. It's a dreary day. It's not good out. I just didn't feel like messing with it. So I'm just going to be right here. Yeah, I'm just going to be right here with it. burner phones, but he didn't do that. He wasn't thinking that he was going to be sitting up in federal court. You said people are ignoring his other 7 charges besides it. No, we're not ignoring it. No, not ignoring that. Now the trafficking part, that holds a mandatory minimum of 15 years. That's where the trouble at. Okay, a mandatory of 15 years. He has a mandatory minimum on one of these charges. It's 15 years. We're not ignoring that. That's the big charge. You say C is a hell of a D. Did he just need? He need a little bit more than that. He need the luck of something. Yeah, he was YouTube unfolded, but the details of the deal was not disclosed to the public. Some people thinking they were offering him 15 years. Okay, U.S. Attorney, and what is this? Agent Penland said a photo of Eddie Garcia's driver's license found on Christina Coram's phone. U.S. Attorney, now by March 9, 2016, what occurs? Agent Combs calls Eddie Garcia. Then March 25th, 2016 at 1 p.m., agent says Combs calls Eddie Garcia. Remember, they testified that he took a picture of Eddie Garcia's phone. I mean, Eddie Garcia's driver's license. I guess to keep in contact with him just in case he went and go tell the media. So they had his driver's license. See, this is what they tying into the RICO. They saying this is criminal activity right here. So that's why people are saying that they connecting the dots to the RICO from yesterday and today. That's what they're saying. And they about to try to get him on drug trafficking with the drug mule. But this is what I'm going to submit to this. I don't think they're going to get him on drug trafficking because he even though he had a lot of drugs, but it was still personal use. And he was just giving it out as party favors. I don't think that's drug trafficking. That even Judge Mathis said that. He said he's not going to get him on that. But he said that Diddy is going to be found guilty on at least 2 charges. And he said one of the charges, he would sentence him to 1 year. But that other charge, he got a mandatory minimum. He said he got a mandatory minimum. Okay, so U.S. Attorney said, what is this? Agent Penland sent a photo of Eddie Garcia's driver's license. Okay, we got that. U.S. Attorney said, Agent Penland, other than these charts, did you have any involvement with this case? Agent Penland said no. U.S. Attorney said no further questions. Okay, so they said it's a break now. They went to a break. So they're getting closer to getting to the drug mule now. They're getting closer. So now the defense attorney is going to have to question Agent Penland now after the break. Then once they question him, once they get all that done, then the Paul going to get on the stand. And he's already been granted immunity for his testimony. I know he was charged with distribution, but like Judge Mathis, I agree with him. He's not going to get found guilty on distribution. Well, he shouldn't, but the jury could still find him guilty, though. Because, I mean, even though it's a lot of drugs, but it was still personal use. He wasn't selling it. He wasn't selling the drugs. He was distributing for like party favors for the free calls and stuff and different things. But you never know. The jury could find him guilty on that just because Judge Mathis said he's not the jury. That's why I say the jury is the most important people in that courtroom. If the jury find him guilty on, he just, man, if they find him guilty on everything, he got a mandatory minimum of 15 years. I don't know if the judge the charges, I don't know if he's gonna do it consecutive or concurrent. More than likely, he's gonna do it concurrent. So he looking at 15 to do before he's eligible for parole, or I say maybe 12 years before he's eligible for parole, and he's 55 years old. So do the math. I mean, he looking at damn near close to 70 years old before he get out. Now, granted, he get out at 70, he still has a decent life to live if he take care of himself. But still, nobody wants to. Shit, 55 to 60, he's supposed to be enjoying his family. Enjoying life. You know, um, but that's what he's looking at. He said all personal. Yeah, he wasn't selling the drugs, so I can't see how they getting him on distribution. That's just my opinion on it. But again, if he just hadn't have did the domestic stuff, like look, Cassie, like whenever you want to do these, I like these hotel nights, right? She's like, yeah, you know, I know you don't want to do it all the time, but you know how I gotta have it with somebody. Like, I know you don't want to do it all, but every now and then, hook a brother up. He should have did it like that, and she would have decided if she really wanted to do it or not. Because this is a lot to request from somebody. That's a lot. Like, damn, so you want me to have relations with random people to get you off? But that's just that's who he was. That's who he was, man. And in order to be with him, you had to be willing to get down. You know what I'm saying? So she did that to be with him, essentially. Yeah, so like I said, I don't particularly agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the program. Like, she had to understand, like, if I want to be with this man is a voyeur. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the nature of our relationship. He's a voyeur. And I believe she didn't really enjoy doing that. She was just going through the motions. But damn, like, she had it all the time. Think about all the hotel nights she had to have had within an 11-year period. That's a lot. Lord, he need to be ashamed of himself. Lord have mercy. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. You got to go through a lot of rehab, man, because shit. Like, because she wasn't having normal relations. Just like when you watch adult videos, that's not normal relations. That's not normal. That's not normal real life intimacy. It's not. So that's what she was having. I'm sorry, yo. I don't give a damn how much money. It ain't worth it, yo. I'm like, look, bro. Like, if you want to get with me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. And I know she probably thinking, damn, he got me on the shelf. I ain't got no career. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit up here and left Ryan Leslie. I ain't got no career. He taking care of all my bills. Essentially, they're gonna say that she was a worker as well, and and that's what's the problem here. They saying that's a problem. That's what they're saying. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody else that's doing this, you better be put on notice, because the government could come after you. You better be on notice now. Because if you out here indulging like that, you better be on notice and you better stop. Because you see what's happening to Kels. He got a life threatening situation right now with Kels. How the hell he OD in solitary confinement? They're saying that they gave him too much of his medication and he OD'd. That's what they're saying. That could have been on purpose, but we're gonna find out. That might help his case. But I think maybe I don't know how did he OD off his medication, man? Like, how that happened? But I must say this: it's prison. Prison is not a safe place. You're not at the club. You're not at a country club. It's not safe in there. So these are the things that I always thought R. Kelly wasn't going to be safe. And I know somebody that daughter works there. She said, no, he's safe. Nobody bothers him. I said, yeah, but he's still in prison. You know, at any time his life could be in jeopardy. Look what happened to Tory Lanez. But they're saying that they got receipts that they're trying to off him. So I don't know. They're gonna have to show some receipts or take it to court or something. But that's not going to be a reason for him to get out of jail, though. Jail is just like that. Think about all the other normal people that got to fight for their lives in jail, prison. Oh, he got clots in his leg and lungs too, so he's gonna be in the hospital for a minute. They're gonna give him um, blood thinners and everything and watch him. So he's really, because he's sedentary. He's not doing nothing, just sitting around all day. You got to get up and just move around a little bit, get the blood circulating. Yeah, this guy, like I said, I think he should have settled with her before this went public. That's what he should have did. But you know what though? Even if he had settled with her before it went public, I still think they would have came after him. I'm telling you, man. You said Cassie told don't stop doing them. I like freak offs. I don't remember her saying that. I don't remember her saying I don't stop doing them. I don't remember her saying that in court. I would have wrote that in my notes. I don't think she said that. Hey, you can stop doing now. I want to keep doing them. I don't know. Maybe she did. I mean stationary. That's what I meant. You can't be stationary all day, every day. You just can't. You got to get up and walk around. But these guys, man, it's like you can't have. Essentially, they're saying that she was a sex slave. That's what they're saying. You can't do that. You got to treat people like human beings. And I know his people are saying, no, it's not this and that, but bro, he better hope there's a jury holdout. That's what he's hoping for. A jury's going to hold out and make this a hung jury. But if not, he is prepared to fight in the higher courts because he does have Alexandra Shapiro. And she's also working with Sam Bankman Fried as well. And he's still at MDC fighting his appeal. Yeah, Kel's going through it. But you can't treat people how he treated them, though. Just can't do that. That could be somebody's daughter, anything. They said all type of stuff, and locking people in the room, all types of stuff, man. Just going crazy. That stuff in Hollywood is changing. Now they trying to get what's his name to give him a pardon. I don't know. That's going to be a tall task. You know, when you said that he's not fit to be president. If he become president, he could start a race war. He said all this. He said all that, and he remembered what he said about him. He remembered that. So this is going to be a talk, and he's not even worried about this. He's not worried about this. It's a lot of bombing going on around here. I mean, around the world. He is not worried about this case. And then, India and Pakistan got a beef going on. They beefing, you know. And you got like Israel and Iran beefing. So this is the least of his concern at this point. He had a lot of, you think R. Kelly should have got some help? He had a lot of enablers. He had a lot of yes men around him. It wasn't nobody gonna say no to him because he would fire them. That's his problem. Yeah, well, yeah, somebody do handle the pardon request. The pardons are right, but it's still a tall task. He still have to sign off on it, and he knows about it. He's like, wait a minute, this dude said this about me, man, and he ain't even apologized. He gonna have to publicly apologize or something, and help out or some way, like pledge your allegiance to my political party. I don't think he get. I don't know, man. It's a tall task. I did say I think he's gonna get it, but guys, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Because I'm just thinking of myself. Like if I don't sit there and talk a lot of smack to him, like how the hell? Like if somebody talks smack to me, why would I give him a pardon if they say I'm not fit to be president? So he in trouble. I'm like, oh, I'm not fit, but am I fit to give you a pardon? That's what I would say to him. Am I fit to give you a pardon? Yes or no? Yes, you are. Okay, then why you say I'm not fit to be president? I know this person ain't gonna try to parallel park. Now he hit my car, I will get out because he can't fit. He better not hit my joint. He driving off now. He must have heard me. He didn't see me in the car at first. These people will hit your joint. Yeah, so he and also he can't park there anyway. It's fire hydrant. But yeah, but I don't know. He said he will give people a pardon even though they don't like him. But the fact that he's saying that is not good. He remembers that. He's like, yeah, he used to like me, but he don't. Ever since I got into politics, he don't like me. That's not good for him to say that. You know, like, no, Mr. President, I take that back. I've learned. No, you learn because you want a pardon. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see. Oh, she did say something like that about she still want to do the free calls. Well, then I hope. Well, the jury gonna have to remember that because if they remember that, then he's not gonna be found guilty. Then, if they remember that detail, then there's doubt there. Like, was this a criminal organization or not, yo? Because she was down with it. But I do say that she was a co-conspirator. She was. That's why she had to testify. But I don't know, man. I don't know. He's he's in a little bit of trouble, man. He's in a lot of trouble. I don't know. I just it's hard to get out of this one. You said she would use that to keep him, not because she really want. Yeah, she's like, yeah, man, I love the freak offs, daddy. Oh my God, you just nobody makes me shiver the way you do when you do it to me, knowing she lying. Because he's sitting up there like, let me just stop. She lying. She just saying that to feed his ego. No, I don't think no woman that's not into that want to enjoy that. You have to be into that lifestyle. But that was like a job for her. That was her job at Bad Boy. That was her job. And she said it. She said, I was only but a sex worker to him. She said it. You said Trump has pardoned around 1,500 people. Right. But will he pardon him, though? I don't know. He pardoned all them people from that Capitol thing. And the day that happened, the jails were like scrambling around trying to get those people out. Because once they got their pardon, they got to open them doors, them open them cells and let them go. So they was scrambling around for those 48 hours, trying to do the logistics to get all these people out. And they all got out. They had to open them cells and go. You said anything you can and say will we use against you. And he didn't pardon, what's his name? Um, he didn't, hold on. I forget that line I forget that dude's name. He didn't pardon him. And for a pardon since Trump became president the first time, he still hasn't gotten it. So we'll have to wait and see if he decides to hook Diddy up with a little something. Now, if he was like cool with him, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't talk trash about him, man, he would have been got that pardon, yo. He would have been got that, yo. I'm just telling y'all. I know this guy is like this guy is like you might not agree with everything he say, but he just keep it 100 with himself. So he would have been got a pardon. If they were cool, he would have been got one. He would have got one the day he became president. He would have got one. No, not the day he became president. The day he got locked up, he would have got a pardon because he wouldn't have had to go through this. He would have pardoned them if they were cool. But he said they're not cool. He said they haven't been cool since he ran and got into politics. He said they used to be cool, but he said they're not cool no more. That's pretty much what he said. Nah, we not cool. Now you might say to yourself, well, he pardoned NBA YoungBoy, but I try to tell you the reason why he pardoned NBA YoungBoy, that's his grandkids in Barron. That's why he pardoned them, because they like him. Barron too young to know about Diddy. He don't know nothing about Diddy. He too young. But he know about NBA YoungBoy. And his grandkids, they put the word in like, yeah, you got to pardon him. That's our guy. That's why he pardoned him. Go look. Go look. He pardoned him because of that. You said pardon for what? No, he can, even if you don't get sentenced, he can pardon you. Didn't what's his name? Didn't Biden pardon people? He pardoned his sister and brother-in-law. They didn't go to jail for, they didn't get indicted on nothing. He pardoned them before that happened. No, the president can do it right now. He can pardon Diddy right now, and the trial is over. Literally, he can pardon him right now if he wanted to, which he's not going to do that. He'll probably do it. If he's thinking about it, it'll be after. Yeah, he pardoned his son too. That's the power the president has. You said in 2017, Cassie said she misses the free calls. Okay, yeah, I think she did say that. You're right. I submit to that. She did say that. I think I remember her saying that. Yep. So that don't look good. But I don't know. Is it possible that she started liking him like after a while? I don't think so. I think she just did it just to be with him, yo. I don't think she liked him. She just said that to be saying it, man. Just just that, women, they'll say stuff to hyping your ego up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They'll 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 hype your ego up if you need it. If you need a little push, they'll lie to you. Yeah, it's not exoneration. It's still on his record, but essentially, a pardon is it's still on your record, but it's been forgiven. You get your passport and your liberties back, but it's still on the record. You don't have to register or nothing like that, but it's still on your record. You said it would be stupid for a president not to pardon his family. Well, yeah, that's not out of the ordinary. I'm not knocking Biden for that. I mean, that's his son, man. At the end of the day, even I said it. Come on, man, you got to pardon your son. Come on, man. That's your blood, man. Ain't nobody perfect. You got to pardon your boy, man. Because I would do it. Like, damn. But it depends, though. Like, sometimes it depends. You might feel strong. Like, nah, I ain't pardoning his ass. But he did. He pardoned him. Hopefully, he won't get no more trouble. Yo, because I'll never forget it. They were having a White House get together, and off to the side was his son and Flavor Flav. I don't know what they were talking about. Yo, they were talking about something. And the camera panned to him. They were talking about, I don't know what, they were off to the side together. Him and Flavor Flav. Man, shout out to Flavor, man. Shout out to Flavor. But if 50 Cent got anything to do with it, he not pardoning him. Because he actually went to the inauguration. And he went to the presidential ball. And he played golf with him every now and then. So imagine he get a golf trip with him. He's like, man, don't pardon that dude, man. He talks smack about you and this and that and the third. He petty. So we'll see. Flavor Flav. What did he teach? Hip hop or something? Flavor a good dude though. I like Flavor. Um, I still think his beef with Comey overshadows his beef with Diddy. We'll see. If that's the case, Diddy's a lucky man. He said, who likes to freak off with the infection? Oh, you talking about the UTIs. Because that oil ain't supposed to be down there. That's why. So that's horrible, man. I don't know about all that, but I heard they said that's painful. And then you're gonna sit up there and try to freak off with it too. It's crazy, man. That's like torture at this point. But it is what it is, man. We're gonna see what happens if they respond. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so we're gonna see if it's all about how the jury respond. Oh, I heard yesterday, I forgot to tell you guys, one of the correspondents from ABC, she was describing the jury's face when they were watching the videos. She said One lady was visibly upset. She was shaking her head. She was shaking her head. She was visibly upset. One juror was intently looking. He was leaned over, like looking at the video with no expression on his face. But she did note one that was upset about it. Like she was shaking her head. And it was, yep. So just to note that, because that's the first time they saw the videos. Essentially, they were watching adult entertainment, man. That's what they were watching. And like I said, some people ain't into all that. You said that was consent, though. All I freaking hope they watched it. Man, they were taking a lot of chances because some of them weren't protected. They weren't used for protection all the time. That one guy that was describing it, he said he asked for protection. He said he wasn't taking that chance. He said allegedly Diddy threw the condom at him. Deborah said consent is irrelevant. Well, it's not irrelevant in this case because they're saying they're trying to get him on coercion. So it's relevant. The jury going to have to decide if they side with her that it wasn't consent or not. They get him on the coercion. Yeah, he did want to see his celebrity. That's why he asked him for pictures through her. He wanted to see what, and it had to be the biggest and baddest. Now, I tell you what, Jane Doe, she described something crazy. She said 4 in 1 day, yo. It was an all-star event. 4 in 1 day. Lord, and then she had to go to the hospital afterwards. She had to go to the doctor. That's crazy right there. Ain't no much money in the world, fam. Ain't that much dough in the world. I'm just telling you, ain't that much dough in the world, fam. To be subjected to stuff like that. That's just my take on it. Yep, that's my take on it, man. All right, they still on break. Yeah, man, it's not that much in the world, man. Truth over emotion. I had to delete your comment. because we're alluding to who it is. So I had to delete it. I gotta go back to that court one day, so I had to delete your comment. You just didn't know. Celebrity, I had to delete your comment because y'all gotta remember we can't allude to who it is. They even the judge said that you can't even allude to it, even in the comment section. That's what got what's his name hemmed up doing the Twitter, and he just said it on Twitter. I might cut the comments off, but he said he gonna keep the comments on right now. No, you know it ain't my bad. I'm monitoring the comments. It's all good. It's just, I could see if I wasn't there, truth, but I got to go back there at some point, and they're watching because I don't. They asked me multiple times what my page name was, and they weren't asking just to be following me. They want to see what I'm up to. The guards asked me that. They asked me on multiple occasions, "Hey, you such and such," but I think they got me mixed up with somebody else. And I told them, I said, "I think you might got me mixed up with somebody else, man. My voice don't sound like that. I have a very distinct voice. It don't sound like that." And he said, "Yeah, you're right." Because he was like, "Yo, what's your channel again?" He wasn't asking because he interested. He want to see what's up. He want to see if they can catch me slipping on something. Every time I come there, they be like, they cool though. They all friendly though. They're cool. But it's just this one in particular though. It's one in particular. He keep asking me. He said, "What are you here for again?" I said, "Because it's open to the public, right? All criminal trials is open to the public." He said, "Yeah, yeah, but you got a YouTube, right?" I said, "Yeah." "Yeah, what is it again?" He kept asking. That's because they want to know. They want to see what I'm talking about. That's why. Because people judge me when they see me. No, I got a brain upstairs, fam. I got a brain. I might not look like it, but I do. I most certainly do. I most certainly do. And I had said it before the trial even started. I said, if somebody is operating under, if somebody is going under a pseudonym, I can't say the name. Let other people say it. I'm not saying it. I remember I said that before it started. And the judge admonished us in court, saying even the people in the gallery, you can't allude to it or anything like that. You said that's crazy. They should know that half the court. But I don't look like a YouTuber. I don't. Because I remember they said, "You got a YouTube channel?" "No, you don't." I said, "Yeah, I do." They said, "Really?" I don't look like I got a YouTube. I don't look. I just look like I'm off the street, yo. Like maybe they're for Diddy or something. Because I remember an agent came in and stared me down. Everybody looking at me. He looked at me too. He like got a good look at me. I guess just to see if I was who they were looking for. But as soon as I open my mouth, you know I'm not that person. I don't sound like that person who they were looking for. I don't. We all don't look alike now. He damn sure did. He came in the courtroom and he was looking around and he made eye contact with me. We looked at each other. But I know I didn't do nothing wrong, so I'm comfortable. I don't clutch my pearls when I get stopped and all that. I know my rights. No, I most certainly don't. And I know the rules of the courtroom too. I know I'm not supposed to be saying nobody real name that's operating under a pseudonym. None of that. I already knew that. I ain't need the judge to tell me that. I already knew that. And I belong to a protected class. How about that? Because of my age. I am a protected class. Yes, I am. Ain't that something? I don't made it that far till I'm in a protected class. How about that? Yeah, I know the rules. I know the rules. And don't think they don't watch because they do. They do watch because I know. I've had people come up to me, they say, "Yo, what's up, Max?" I don't even know who these people are. See, that's what I'm saying. I can't talk reckless on this microphone because I don't know who's watching me. When I'm out there, I've already given up my location. Everybody know where I'm at. I'm outside of that courtroom, the courthouse. So you can't talk reckless on this mic. This woman came on and said, "I saw that you deleted your videos." I don't know this woman from a can of paint, but she been watching me so closely that she noticed that I deleted content. That's how you know. You don't know. And she mad about it too. She mad that I deleted it. Yeah, you're not catching me on nothing. Ashe. You're not catching me on nothing. No, sir. I don't got white in my beard for nothing. I'm a silverback. But see, I sit up there and diet though. I diet. I'm out here still trying to catch. Now let me stop. Yeah, I know the rules. I know the rules, man. But they're all respectful though. They are. But you got to realize when people asking you questions like that, they're asking for a reason. Yeah, they was like, "Why are you here every day?" I said, "Because it's open to the public. That's why." Yeah, they were investigating, trying to find, and I might have fit the description of somebody, but it's not me. And they know that I haven't been there either because they comment on it. When I come there, they're like, "Yo, we haven't seen you in a while." See, they watching for sure. But they all really cool though, I must say. But at the end of the day, you still got to be careful. You can't be breaking nothing. Okay, because you just can't. Oh man, that's probably why that lady came in. She's like, "Yeah, you deleting this and that. Yeah, you're not catching me in nothing. I'm not gonna sit up here. It's not like I'm going viral because I'm not. So, and I will be the one they come after. They won't come after the people that's going viral and all that because I think everybody agents. I'll be the one they looking at. I will be the one. So no, thank you. I know the rules, and this is not the first trial I follow. This is business as usual. This is not the first trial. This is a high profile trial. It's different because I'm there. That's the only thing different is it's high profile because it's Diddy and I'm there. That's the only difference. But I already know. Man, I've had a judge come up to me and say I'm doing a good job. This is on a prior case, a prior high profile case. Of course they will ban. Yeah, you let DJ Academics and all them do that, not me. He's not at the courtroom every day. And you would think he would show up because he in Jersey. You would think he would drive over. He's not doing that. He is definitely not doing that. People like that, they afraid to come around people. They gotta have security. I don't need none. But I do know that still got to keep my head on the swivel, because I'm telling you, as close as it get to deliberation, there's going to be some people out there that ain't happy. You got to understand something. This guy is responsible for people paychecks. And if they start confiscating his businesses, everybody out of a job. If they start confiscating and trying to go after publishing and everything and all other type of stuff, it's going to be people on the street, man. There's people watching this closely for many reasons. I don't have no equity in this situation. I don't. I don't have no equity or losing pay because of this. Not at all. But it's already been some questionable activity outside there. Courtroom. That's why I say everybody got to be careful. Like, for example, it's funny, right? Everybody know who this guy is now. He'll come out there and blast his music. So you know you about to get copyright, because you sitting there, everybody was scrambling and scraping to hit the mute button. They were trying to mute and walk away. He had that thing blasting. I was bopping my head. He was playing some good music though, some oldies. And somebody said, "Man, you playing that music? I'm about to get copywritten, man. I'm sure you getting copywritten. You better go ahead and mute or walk away." And he have it in his pocket, because somebody's like, "Where's the music coming from?" I said, "It's in his pocket." It's man. I ain't. He got a nice Bluetooth speaker, because that thing is loud, man. It's loud, loud. It's in his pocket. It really is. I told you it's in his pocket right there. And somebody came out there and said, "All you black media, you need to be ashamed of yourselves, sitting here reporting on a black man." And I said, you know what I said? He heard me. I said, "No, black is a crayon color. You mean melanated." I said that. He looked at me. I said, "You talking about crayon colors over here, man. Black ain't a nationality. That's a political term. Black and white are political terms to divide the people in this country. It's political. That's how it started. It's a political term. So don't miss me with all that." But I know what he's saying, though. Y'all sitting up here talking about a brother, making money off a brother. I said it right there and right out there. I don't know if you heard me when I said it to him, because I was live. I said, "That's a crayon color, fam." And he just kind of like, "What?" He kind of looked at me like, "What?" I said, "You heard me. Don't sit up here and say what." I said, "That's a crayon color. Stop referring to us as crayon colors, because nobody in the islands do that. People in Brazil don't do that. They might say Afro-Brazilian, but they don't say they black. They say they Brazilian, because that's where they born at. You don't see nobody from China saying they a color. They say they from China. They Chinese. So y'all miss me with that. Then there was the one guy out there that said, "I'm gonna come back and y'all gonna be sorry." I said, and you know what I said to him? I said, "You wasting your time with all this security out here. You wasting your time." He just kind of looked at me. "Yeah, you wasting your time out here. Yep, wasting your time." I stay to myself. I don't like. There's a few people out there I talk to, but for the most part, I just stay to myself. I go in the courtroom, come out, go to my car, yo. That's it. I'm not trying to linger around. Nothing like that. But yeah, I will tell you that story, because I got a bunch of stories. I got some stories I can't even tell you right now, because I got to go back out there. But after it's said and done, I got a story for you, man. Yes, I do. I have a story for you. And everybody can vouch for me on this story that's out there. Yeah, everybody can vouch for that story, because it's happening to them. You never know who's watching, man. That's the only thing I can tell you. That's the moral of that story. You said that guy did. Yeah, he came back. They didn't arrest him. He came back. And you got another lady out there. I don't see her no more. She was like, "Where the freak offs?" Said, "I want to be in the freak offs. I want to be like Diddy. That's your girl right there. He don't want her though." Yeah, I keep it moving, just like the lady that be out there all loud and stuff. I keep it moving with her. I don't like to do small talk because she'll flip on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where her mind is at when you're talking to her because she'll start flipping and getting loud on you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even act like she's not even there. I feel like she's a plant. So I just feel like I just don't even want to like be associated with her. Because all that damn loud talking, you sitting out here in blackface and don't even know it. Baby, you sitting in blackface at this point. You getting your step and fetch it on. Don't even know it because they sitting up here laughing at you. So I just kind of stay away. All right, here we go. We got some action, folks. They're back. So, Judge, let's have Agent Penland back. And now the jury all rise. Tenny Garagos is the one that's questioning the agent. So, Garagos, you've been at the Southern District of New York for 10 years? Agent Penland said yes. Garagos, let's turn to this date. Did you know Miss Ventura was in South Africa then? She said no. Garagos, from December 8th to the 9th through the 15th, you didn't try to find out who else was in this chat. Agent Penland said I did not. Garagos, you're a special agent? She said yes. Garagos, as a special agent, you know how to look for evidence, right? U.S. Attorney said objection. The judge has sustained it. Combs Garagos, let's turn to August 2009. Under the name Sean Combs, you included several U.S. exhibits. Let's pull one up. August 5th, 2009. Mr. Combs says, when do you want to freak off? LOL. What does Miss Ventura say? Cassie has, I'm always ready for a freak off. Damn. Okay, Tenny. She got her saying that she's always ready for a freak off. Okay, Garagos, let's pull up this defense exhibit. Miss Ventura writes, I'm so horny I can't concentrate. I'm going to Dwayne Reed to pack us a bag. Did you include this in your chart? Agent Penland said, no, I didn't. Go ahead, Tenny. Go ahead and start cooking. See, look at Tenny Garagos being messy, yo. Just being messy. You see what I'm saying? In my Denot voice. He just being messy. Y'all just being messy out here. in my in my Denot voice. You just being messy. He said everybody out here being messy. Everybody. Everybody being messy. He said, but I don't need this. I don't need this right here. Damn, Tenny. Tenny just got right to it. Hold on, let me read. She said, I'm so horny I can't concentrate. I've been there before. I've been so horny I couldn't concentrate. She said, I'm going to Dwayne Reed to pack us a bag. Did you include this in your chart? Agent Penland said no. Cassie said, I'm always ready to freak off. Dang. Woo. Lord have mercy. I need a drink after this. She said, I'm always ready to freak off. But see, that could be her just saying that, you know what I'm saying? Like to appease him. See, that's getting him excited that she said that she always want to freak off. So Puff he excited now. He ready to get to the hotel night. Said she always ready to freak off. The defense says their case will only be 2 to 5 days. Is it really? Okay, so is Celebrity here? So you got to start booking your plane then. That's about right. If they said it's only going to be 2 to 5 days, that's about right. You said you have to tease a billionaire. Talking, okay. Let's look at swimmingly. So you got to tease the billionaire. Yeah, they said that this morning. But they just said it again. All right, let's see what we got. No, we don't have an update yet. But I'm taking it that, that's what she was doing. Okay, here we go. Combs Garrett goes. Here, Jules write to Combs. I need to rest. You guys are rabbits, LOL, right? Agent Penland said yes. Um, Garrigo said, here, Pop Pop writes to Ventura. I love you so much. You consume my life. That's the Pop Pop is Diddy. He said, I love you so much. You consume my life. How did this happen? Ventura says, I wondered too, right? Yes. Damn, he said he loved her so much. She consumes his life. He loved her so much. He said, how do you supposed to talk to men with 100K? Is that Pop Pop? No, Pop Pop is Diddy. That's her nickname for Diddy, because that's what she called her grandfather. Because Diddy said to her, like, what do you call your grandfather? She said, Pop Pop. He said, yeah, call me that. So she called him Pop Pop. And he called her Cece for Cassie Combs. That stood for Cassie Combs. Pop Pop. Pop Pop said he loved her so much, he consumed his life. But what's his name said, y'all F like rabbits. He said, I need a rest, man. Jules said, I need to rest. You guys are rabbits. LOL. Right? That's something I would say, look, I can't freak off today. Damn. I mean, we did a marathon yesterday. Give a brother a break. I need some milk. Give a brother a break, please. Go call Jules up. I mean, go call somebody. I need a break. My damn muscles hurting. You know? I'm only human. But Garagos went right to it, man. She went right to it. See, they didn't play that part. They didn't show that part. That she said, she's like, I'm always ready to freak off. So that she trying to say that this is consensual. That's what she's trying to say. There ain't no coercion here. It's consensual. That's what Garagos is trying. Now he got that dog ain't on no leash. Lord have mercy. We got another dog ain't on a leash, but he don't look like he he like he got. He just look like he chilling. Oh, he do got a leash on him. He do got a leash on him. Yeah, call the Punisher or something. Hey, don't call me. I need a break. You see what I'm saying? You said Diddy is not a victim. No, I ain't say he was a victim, but they trying to say she trying to get at that it wasn't coercion by that text message. But many people are saying she said that just to make him happy. Because she did testify that, yeah, I said that just so to make him happy. I ain't mean that shit. But it's up to the jury because we weren't there. Did she like freak offs or not? I don't know. I wasn't there, but you're gonna have to put it together yourself. Some people believe that she was just saying it just because, to excite him, getting ready for their night. I'm waiting for an update now. She must have had him in her phone labels Pop Pop in her phone. You said Diddy gave him a lot of chances to leave. Yeah, I heard about Kells today. Say he in the hospital. Now, somebody said here, note, loving or playful text doesn't cancel out abuse. In coercive dynamics, affection can exist with fear. Trauma bond is real. Okay. That's what somebody, yeah, Kells. Kells trying to get out by any means necessary, man. He trying to get out that spot. I heard he trying to act, trying to get a pardon and everything. They trying to do. He trying to do what it takes. You said KK needs to come on. I heard she not. They only got one. They only have one witness left, and that's Brendan Paul. That's all they got left before they close their case out. They got this. They got this witness here, and then Paul. He's in the building though. He was seen yesterday. I mean today. Yeah, they almost done. They just tying these texts together in the receipts, and then Paul. They're gonna try the drug trafficking with him, and then they're done. They're gonna say, Judge, we now rest our case. That's it. No more witnesses. We rest our case, and then the defense is up next. The defense should be presenting their case Friday, I heard. They're gonna start then. And they said they have 3 witnesses for Friday. And somebody said they're only gonna take 2 to 5 days to present their case. So that's what people should know. By next week, they should be going to jury instructions. By next week. How's it going? So jury instructions, and then they're gonna be doing their closing statements. I will be in the building for that. The closing statements for show. I'm gonna be there. I'm not even going outside. I'm staying there the whole time. I want to see. I want to take notes on the closing statements because the defense only had one shot at it. I'm just waiting for an update right now, but the defense only had one shot at this. They only had one shot at it. The government has 2 shots at it because they have the burden of proof. They have the burden, so they have a rebuttal. Closing statements is going to be probably Agnifilo is going to be doing the closing because when the attorneys were standing out there, all the attorneys was looking at Brian Agnifilo saying he's the closer. So he's going to be the closer. I think we'll see. They could pivot from that. I say it should be Brian Steele should do the closing, but if Agnifilo, he knows what he's doing, so he could do it. Okay, so Combs Garrett goes, here Jules writes to Ventura, great to see you, beautiful. And then I'm at your door. Agent Penland said, correct. Garrigo said, here Miss Ventura writes, I'm horny and bored, right? And the agent said, yes. So she said she's horny and bored to Jules. So Jules at coming to the door, she said she's horny and bored. Let's go. That's what she said. She said to Jules. Yeah, Mark is the lead attorney. So it's only right, I guess, for him to do the closing. I guess if you're doing this all the time, maybe you will get addicted to the free calls. Maybe that's a part of it, you know. She's been doing it so much. I don't know. You said Puff way overpaid everybody. He should have saved his money and went overseas and got it. And you said no J Lo, no TD Jakes, no LeBron. I'm still waiting on all these big name witnesses. Maybe the defense got some. I don't know. But I don't see how they would tie into this. Maybe as a character witness to say that, he's a great guy. I don't know. Now, somebody said here the defense is trying to show mutual desire, and agency suggests Cassie initiated or welcome interactions. It's a strategy to undermine claims of coercion or trafficking by framing the relationship as consensual and emotionally reciprocal. I agree with that. Let me heart that. You said it's more of her than wanting to avoid arguments with Diddy and staying in his good graces, going along to get along. That could be it. Going along to get along. That's a lot of going along to get along for damn near over a decade. Fuck that. I get tired. I'll be like, if I'm with somebody, let's say I'm with a woman, she always want to freak off. I'm like, look, man, I'm tired, yo. Go find somebody else to freak off with. I'm tired. I would have saved all the money she gave me, and I would have took six on her. Fuck that. I'm tired, yo. Every time I turn around, you want to freak off. I'm tired. I'm tired. Go find somebody else. But that's just me, though. I'm not Cassie. I'm just speaking for myself. I would have been tired a month in. I would have been tired. Like, yo, this is too much. You said, well, she needed more than the Hershey. Oh, you talking about the D, the D's, the not the supplements? You saying? Yeah, yeah. She got hooked on the supplements. That could be a part of it too. Like, damn, like if he cut her off, where's she gonna get her supplements from? So I get it. You said Diddy is the mastermind, but KK and D Rock will be charged too. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Okay, Garrett goes here. Mr. Combs says to Miss Ventura, "I'm not asking you to freak off. What do you want to do?" He said, "I'm not asking you to freak off. So what do you want to do?" And she said, "I want to smoke, go for a walk. Let's go out and have some carefree fun. I'll go get the volume." Right? Agent said yes. So here they're saying that Combs said to Miss Ventura, "I'm not asking you to the FO, mean freak off. What do you want to do?" And she said, "I want to smoke, go for a walk, and let's go out and have some carefree fun. I'll go get the volume." So I don't know what carefree fun is. I guess freaking off. See, he said to her, "Look, I'm not asking you to freak off tonight. So what do you want to do tonight? Let's go out, have a walk. Let's go have some carefree fun." You said, "I can't wait to Brennan to testify. He knows a lot." Truth Over Mo said all the alleged celebrities they said were in the freak offs, and only celebs, yeah, showed up was Kanye, right? They didn't show no tapes of parties like they said they were gonna show. None of that's in the evidence. Okay, you remember they said, "Yeah, I got the tape. I gave it to the government, and this and that, blah blah blah." That's wolf tickets, man. People out here selling wolf tickets. They sitting up here lying. Say there's drugs in the baby oil, and it's a lie. They might have been doing that to taint the jury pool. We don't know. They might have been working. I don't know. Because what is your motivation to sit up here and lie? Because it was none of that was in evidence. Nothing. So where is it? See, when they questioned the special agent just now, the government, they didn't mention that Cassie said all this. They didn't mention. So that's up to the defense to bring that out. So that's what's happening. You said Diddy is a monster on a mastermind ninja. Damn, Crystal, you said Diddy's a monster and a mastermind type ninja. Damn. You said we can't say what she was telling because we weren't there. We're not in her mind. Was she down with it or not? That's what the jury gonna have to find out. Just think about this for a second. We really don't know. Maybe she was down with it. We don't know. That's what the jury is gonna have to determine here. Because we weren't there. But I like that the defense is bringing this out. You said juror number 7 issue will be addressed today after court. It's a problem with juror number 7 talking to his friend about the case. It's an issue with juror number 7. Judge will address it. Okay. Well, the juror number 7 addressed when this friend wasn't supposed to, because the judge already admonished him saying you can't talk about this case to nobody. Okay. So damn. I wonder if juror number 7 is also melanated. These jurors is off the hook. You said it's a wrap. You can't talk about the case. Right. So that juror might be gone. Might gonna be gone after this. That's why they have alternates. They have 6 alternates. Now they down to 5 alternates. Because they had 6 total and they used one to replace the other one. So now they're down to 5 alternates. So that's what you need the alternates for stuff like this to happen. This is not out of the ordinary. This happened before with cases we follow here. That jurors doing the most. Actually, there was a juror doing the most in Scott Peterson case. So that's why they're trying to get him a new trial on that. And, she said she was there to get his ass. So that's a problem. But I don't think he beating that case. I don't think so. His people think so, though. If you go on the YouTube, Facebook. So we're waiting for another update. And if you want to know who I'm following, good morning, Chantel. If you want to know who I'm following, it's Inner City Press on X. You can go check him out. Just type in Inner City Press. She said she said, we want to have some carefree fun. Like I said, man, she wasn't with no regular people, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. I'm not into that type of stuff. Like I said, some people are though. Into you know, the lifestyle. Not into that. What's up, Sharice? You said they got a snitch inside the jury. Look at Hello D talking about you got a snitch. That's why he's gonna keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Somebody snitching. Hey man, you gotta have that person. You need to snitch. Because they not supposed to be talking about this outside the case. What else are they doing? They probably looking at YouTube videos. You don't know. You know? You're not supposed to be doing that. I think they should have been sequestered. That's what I think. They should have put them up in a hotel or something and sequestered the jury. Another juror, Chantel. You you said if they have to retry, they might. That's what I was thinking. Like, you're gonna have to sequester them, man. Like for real. because you can't expect humans to be addicted, that's addicted to their phone, to stay off their phone and not look at this. You got to sequester them. Simone said having them sequestered is too much money. The government got unlimited resources. They have unlimited resources. It ain't about money. They have unlimited resources. Okay? But I do admit, you do have to put them in a hotel, and that is a lot of money. And hotels in New York City is not cheap. You can't be watching this stuff. You can't be talking about this stuff. Now, I want to know, how did they find that out? Did the friend snitch? Did the friend snitch, man? Yeah, the government prints money. That's why I say, you know what they need to do to turn this thing around? They need to give everybody, I'm talking about, they need to do this for a 3-year period. They need to give everybody $65,000 to $70,000 tax free, because they print money any damn way. They need to do that to stimulate stuff. You know what I'm saying? They need to do something, because they need to take a little bit from that defense budget and pay us. That's what they need to do. I'm sorry, I'm not just looking for handouts. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Who snitched on? Did the friend? That ain't no friend, yo. That ain't no friend. Everybody call everybody their friend. That ain't no friend. Because I guarantee you, if I was on the jury, somebody would snitch. I'm like, yeah, Max up here doing the most, yo. Just letting y'all know. Yeah, he doing the most. I couldn't even talk. I wouldn't talk to nobody about it. They be like, yo, Max, come on, man. What's going on? I can't. I'll tell you afterwards. Yeah, I'd be like, I'll tell you afterwards. They should have sequestered him, man. They should. I know it costs a lot of money, but we talking about the United States government. They got money. They just print it, you know. So yeah, they could have sequestered him. You know, that's what they might do if this ends in a hung jury. They might have to think about that the second time to sequester them. So that might have to be the next thing that they do. Sequester them. All right, let's see what the update is. No update yet. Yeah, we listening to we reading the updates, folks. That's what we're doing. Take this time to give your brother a like. That'll be greatly appreciated. Give me a like. You know, tap that screen or give me a like that. All that'll be greatly appreciated. Yes, indeed. He said, so another juror in question. A lot of twists happened during, yeah, the final stretch. Rachel said again, he only gets 12 jurors. The exhaust alternates and keep out the jurors. The mistrial and retrial. Well, if they go through it, damn, that's crazy. If they go through all the alternates and then have to kick another one off, they in trouble. They have to call a mistrial. But that's not happening. They have 5 alternates right now. So they still have enough. This trial is almost over. So they go into the final stretch now. You said it's only be what, 2 to 3 jurors? Well, after this, if they kick this person off, they down to 4 alternates. Down there because they had 6 total. They had 6 total. And they arguing. They arguing in the car. They he arguing with his woman. He said blood clot. He said blood clot. Bumba clot. All right, let's see. Okay, Combs, Garrett Ghost, Mr. Combs writes, I like it when Jules was in the room next door. Did you include this? Agent said, no, my job was not to add things, just to check if what was in was correct. Garrett Ghost, Mr. Combs writes, you horny or sleepy? And she said, both, LOL. So he asked her, was she horny or sleepy? She said, I'm both. And he said he liked when Jules is in the room next door. So they have access to Jules. And he said, pussy clot. Lord have mercy. Lord, they beefing. He said, P clot. Yeah, look, over here in this area is all island folks. Yeah, when he keeps saying bumba clot, let me mind my business. That patois. Yeah, let me mind my business. You know it's mad. They driving and yelling. He parked up just to yell at his old lady. She yelling back at him though. Thank you, Retretta. Yeah, he mad. Yeah, I know. Be careful. You said they might have been talking about the trial during Father's Day celebration. He just said you effing drunk. He said why? He loud as hell. He need to just go ahead and drop her off and keep driving. Yeah, he was like bumba clot. Okay, so Garrigo said, let's shut off the public screens and show these videos. Uh-oh, they're going to the videos again. The judge said, okay, it's done. The jurors put on headphones. The judge, everybody hears some soothing piano music. Garrigo's play the video. So they playing piano music in the room so they can't hear the moaning and stuff. Because yesterday they were hearing moaning and skin clapping. You know, just regular sex sounds. But now they got the piano music playing so nobody in the gallery can hear it. So that's good. I'm glad they did that. Because you still have to preserve her privacy. Yeah, they playing piano music in the gallery. So nobody can hear the sounds. Because yesterday they made a mistake and they said you could hear a pin drop in his courtroom. And one of the ladies from ABC, the correspondent, the one with the short hair, what's her name, Jerica? She said all you could hear is moaning and clapping. That's all you could hear. She heard it too. Shout out to Jerica. Yep, that's what she said. You just heard it nonstop, boom, 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 and moaning. She said it was loud too. So today they fixed it. And she said one of the jurors, he leaned over just to look into the monitor, and one was just shaking her head. She was just shaking her head. She was like probably disgusted by it. So that's what she said. She was probably disgusted by the whole thing. And she's probably like older or whatever, so you probably think she would be disgusted. It just sounded like a regular adult video because that's what they were doing. They having a regular adult video. But when that guy was describing it, he was on Armand, when Armand Wiggins If you guys type in Armand Wiggins, he interviewed one of the guys and he described everything. He said they were getting ready to get down. He said Puff sitting there talking trash. He said he had on a hoodie. So let me give you the visual. He had on a hoodie, right? He had on shades. He had on a bandana covering his mouth, and he had the hoodie tied so damn tight, like a weirdo. Like the hoodie was tied tight as fuck. Just imagine that for a second. He had on a bandana, shades, the hoodie tied on tight as fuck, and his birthday suit under. Ain't got nothing on, nothing but that, and vigorously whacking off vigorously. He said it was violent. The way he was doing is violently doing it. So just imagine you got to put your mind in a different space. You got somebody in there being a weirdo in the room while you trying to do what you got to do, what you getting paid for. You said I mean because they said it was AI. Oh, the Meek. Well, I don't believe that was true. Yeah, got replaced by a 57-year-old. They said white guy. He's he's still arguing with his old lady. He need to give it up, man. Yeah, could you imagine that? The hoodie, they said it was tied real tight. And he walking around like talking trash. He said, "Oh, you like that ninja right there?" He said that mandingo. He said, "You like that, huh? That's what you want? Go get it. That's what you want. You like that?" Lord have mercy, Pop. He said, "That's what you want." He said, "You picked a nice one right here." And then he said he walked out of the room. He said, "You better be, hard, right?" And he walked out of the room. He yelled it. And then he said all of a sudden he appeared in back of him talking shit. Like out of nowhere, just appeared in back of him. That's scary. I'd have been scared, yo. I'm like, what the hell what type of time he on? And he said he had a knife on him. The the entertainer said he had a knife on him. He said he would have knifed him if it came to it. But he said he turned out to be okay. But he said he was acting weird. Like, you said you met a man like that before, and he definitely had a small wee wee. Well, he said he's straight up fucking right. He's still arguing. Is he talking about Puff? He said that man had billions and billions of dollars and he getting 20 years. Let me find out he talking about Puff back there. Maybe he talking about Trump. You said it was Armand with the hoodie and the bandana. No, he was describing it. Yeah, Armand had said, let me go get a hoodie on in a bandana. He said that's what Puff had on. You said he will always ask you about other guys and their size. Damn, that means he was interested, Deborah. That's what it means. That means he was interested. You say he better not be juror number 7. That's hilarious. Yeah, pause, right? Like, if you got to ask your woman about other men, that means you have an insecurity or you interested. Like, ladies, you got to be careful. Now, if he's out in the open with it, like he's obviously bi, then that's nothing wrong with that as long as he lets you know. But some people, they don't let you know. You know what I'm saying? There's always signs. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. Some women, they just ignore the signs. Because I know somebody, she obviously ignoring the signs. Obviously. Obviously ignoring the signs. I remember it was me and my ex, we all went out. She said, I'm letting you know right now. Just keep a straight face. I said, why? She said, don't say nothing. I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. It's when they introduced him, I said, oh, and now I know. He asked me, he said, you look like a nice, good church going man. He said it just like that, man. You know, like not man, man. Add that into it. He sure did say that. I said, I don't go to church. He said, you don't go to church? Because he's into the church and all that. I was like, nah, I don't do it. I don't have a church I follow, you know. And let me see the update. Boy, it took every minute of me to keep a straight face. I almost started busting out laughing how he said it. You said it's a rap, my dude, asking me about another dude meet. Hell no. Yeah, that's a flag. That's either he insecure. No, he even if a guy is he not gonna be asking about that. He interested. And let me tell you something, it slips out. Women know. They know. Women know. They know. They know their man better than anybody. They know. A woman will know. A woman will know, man. They're not clueless to it. Sometimes they ignore it because, you know, they might have married him for business reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like they can build together or something, but they know like that. Yeah, they know, man. Waiting on an update right now, so they probably still watching the videos. The video's like 10 minutes long or something. Let me find out she making them watch the whole thing. Like if they gotta watch the whole thing, that's crazy. But I heard they're only watching a few seconds of it. You said I'm delivered. I don't like men's no more. I don't like men. He said not men. He said men's with a Z. See, when they say it with a Z, then why are you saying that with a Z? Men's. I don't like men's no more. And what's messing with? He had a girlfriend. He did. He had women interested in him. So it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't knock nobody's hustle, but you can't lie to people either. You know what I'm saying? If you buy, just come on out and just tell her. You got to give a woman an option whether they want to deal with that or not. You know what I'm saying? But, most probably won't. Yeah, it's scary out here, man. But it's always been that way. It's always been that way. It's not new under the sun. It's not new under the sun, fam. Just social media's in our face, but it's nothing new. Let's see. See if we got an update. Okay. Jurors still watching the videos with headphones on. Come on, Tanny. Garrett goes, for the record, Miss Foster has put it on until minute 14. More videos shown. Tanny, she ODing now. She ODing. She's showing them. She ODing now. Yesterday only showed them a few seconds. They still watching. they said the jury's still watching though. They still watching. All is well, Carol. Thank you. Hope all is well with you as well. They still watching, man. Now she ODing. She ODing. Yeah, the defense put the video on. They still watching to minute 14. They still watching, man. They watching multiple videos. There's 3 in question. I could see watching a few seconds. Damn, you got a minute 14? Now you ODing. Now they sitting up there watching P now. That's what they watching. P with the ography on it. That's what they watching. Lord have mercy. Yeah, they need to see it, I guess. They need to see it all to determine if she was down with it. Could you imagine somebody on the jury? I need to see another angle. Let me see that angle again. Let me see it one more time. Oh man. You said Pound Town. That's what they watching, yo. Glued to the screen. That's what they watching. That's crazy, yo. We all knew it was gonna happen because they did that in the Nature Boy case. They sat there and watched him just running them up, acting a fool. The jury sat there and watched it, yo. And then they played this one video. He was like, "Yeah, I'm this," and acting crazy. They showed all that. Boy, they came back guilty on everything. You said they gonna need a shower break. They not gonna need that. They just gonna be like, "Damn, yo." Because if I'm on the jury, I said, "Damn, they really got us watching P right now." Like, but we have to watch it. It's a part of evidence. So now, if anybody watched that R. Kelly tape, you admitting to a crime. Just let you know. But I do know they was selling his bootlegs in New York. They sure was. Selling the whole bootleg. The whole bootleg, man. It's some weird, man. It's weird stuff out here, man. They was selling them all over the place, Sharice. They were. And they was selling like hotcakes. I told you, like, humans, they're capable of anything. They like to see stuff. They want the tea. People want it. They want the tea. Yeah, you can go to jail for that tape. You can still go to jail for that tape to this day. You can still go to jail for it. You can still go to this day. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, y'all. But the jury, they have to see this as evidence. You said Dennis Bauer interviewed juror number 6, but prosecuting team asked him to hold off from showing it. Yeah, you can't show that right now. That could, like, I don't know why these people don't know no better, yo. You can't show that right now. The trial's still going on because they haven't admonished the jury yet. Because when the jury is done, they will ask the jury. Now you can talk to the media after the trial is over. That's how it works. You can tell a lot of people don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They don't know, man. They don't know what they're doing, man. They don't know whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. You gotta know that. You gotta know you can't show the jury. You can't show the jury. I mean, you can't show nobody that interview right now. That's never happened. When a jury get kicked off, they wait to the end, then they interview them. You said how the tape got out? It got leaked somehow. And then he tried to say it was his brother. Because R. Kelly got a brother that looked just like him. They're not twins, but they look just alike. I think it's his little brother. They look just alike. And he got off of it. Oh, one of the girls he was dating got a copy of the VHS and carried it everywhere. Yeah, that's how it got leaked. Trifling, yo. Trifling. That's a sickness. That's something that I don't think that's curable. Like there's certain laws you break that you just can't justify. That's one of them. Remember, she was like that, asked that question. Well, how old are we talking? He said there's some young women that like older men, and there's some older men that like younger women. How old are we talking? Lord have mercy. How old are we talking? He said when you're saying teenager, how old are we talking? You can't cure that. How old are we talking? It was a couple tapes being sold with multiple people. It was 3 tapes that was being sold. Three. Three. Dave Chappelle did a skit on it. Dave Chappelle did a skit on Puff too. It's on YouTube. Him sitting in the corner while they having a freak off. Dave Chappelle is hilarious. Dave Chappelle is, man, that's one funny guy, man. When he do those reenactments. 'We still waiting on an update. They still showing the videos right now. Yesterday they only showed a few seconds of it. Now they getting a whole visual. 14 minutes. They getting 14 minutes of it. That's what you call. That's what you call they ODing at this point. 14 minutes. Crazy stuff, man. 14 minutes, fam. That's kind of like, man, I know it's evidence, but it's overboard. But they have to see everything. Still no update. Still no update yet, guys. Still waiting. It says they put it on until they putting it on until minute 14. So there's 14 minutes they're watching. Guys, they watching 14 minutes of this video. They listening and watching to 14 minutes of explicit content. That is crazy. Imagine that they watching 14 minutes of adult videos. That's what they watching. They still watching it. It's crazy. It's been over 14 minutes, so they must be watching all 3 videos in its entirety. That's what they're watching right now, folks. All 3 videos in its entirety. But they're playing soothing piano music so that the gallery won't hear anything. Because they were hearing it yesterday through the earphones with the jury. Because they said the whole courtroom was silent. And that's all you can hear. They said it was loud. It's crazy. My homegirl said you can't be a freak no more these days. You can't. Not with all that. Not with the violence. You said you don't think this helps the defense at all. I guess they're trying to show that there was no, like, it was not by force. Like she was enjoying it. That's probably what they're trying to say. But this could have the reverse effect. I don't know. We'll know after deliberations. All questions will be answered. All right, let's see if there's an update now. Come on, Tenny. Nope. No updates yet, folks. She is what we call ODing off this. They should be close to going to a lunch break now. They should be doing it. When they go to a lunch break, I'm going to sign off and then come back after lunch. You said oohs and ahs don't mean enjoyment. Any female involved was putting on a performance, in my opinion. Right. They could be thinking that too, YouTube Unfolded. I mean, you're going to have some type of physical reaction to the physical activity. Unless, Okay, here we go. Combs Garagos, Your Honor, should we take a break? Judge said, how much longer do you have? Garagos said, an hour. I took longer than. Judge said, now then. Okay, so they're going on lunch break. Yep, so they're going on, well, that was 40 seconds ago. That was the update. So they're now going to lunch. They're breaking for lunch. So let's see how long they're going to be back. He'll say, usually inner city press will give us a time. She said she has about an hour left in this testimony, in this witness. And then after that, we're going to get to Brendan Paul. Yeah, they have an hour left of this testimony. And then they get into Brendan Paul. You said that that's all they got, Lord. He said that's all they got. That's all they got is an hour left. What are you talking about, the lunch or? Yeah, that's all the defense has, man. Okay, he said a break. He didn't say how long the break was going to be, but I think it'll be back around 1:15. That's usually how it works. They only get like a 30-minute break. 30 to 45 minutes the latest. All right, guys, so I'll be back when they start back up. So that's it for now. But give me a like. You can share, subscribe. All that good stuff would be greatly appreciated in advance. All that'll be greatly appreciated in advance. Yeah, it's unbelievable. They had to sit there and watch all of it. It's craziness. But it's evidence, though. So, all right, guys, I'll be back. Chat with y'all later.